everyone. Welcome back. Today, I am talking with Dr. Oxana Ormonova. Oxana has worked as a hospitalist for 20 years, dealing with human suffering and life and death situations on a daily basis. In her career, she treated more than 30,000 different people. She is also an intuitive coach, a spiritual healer, and a teacher. She guides and heals people from all over the world. And I am so thrilled that she is here with me today. And I'm so excited to talk with her. Hi, Oxana.
Hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. Yay.
Hey, thank you so much for joining me.
Yay.
So I know in your work, because you said you're an intuitive and a healer, so I know that you help people find their joy. So this is something that's probably not new to you because you do this day in and day out with your work. So I'm curious to know, how do you define joy? Do you feel like it's a thought, a feeling, an action, all three?
Yes. Well, to me, I see joy as our natural state of being, right? So because truly we are divine souls who are incarnated in these bodies. And so our natural state as a soul is joy, love. So I guess it's, it's everything. It's a feeling, it's a thought, it's a state of being, right?
Yes.
So because when we are not joyful, we are not truly being ourselves.
Yes.
So, and yes, so joy comes from you being truly who you are.
Yes, I love that.
So,
that is such a good point. Because once we're one with ourselves, then we will feel the joy. That's so true. So what brings you joy? When do you feel the most joy?
well, it's again, because it's state of my beingness, right? So I just decide, I make a choice to feel joyful. And so this is what I do in the morning when I wake up. And I just decide, I was like, ta-da, right? This is another day. And I'm going to have a joy and miracles and just universe, like bring it on, right?
Right.
So I am choosing to be in joy. So again, like truly state of joy doesn't depend on circumstances. It doesn't depend, if everything goes well in your life or you're having a crappy day. So it doesn't depend on that. So it's really just for us choosing it and deciding it.
Yes, I think that's such a good point, because it really is, like you said, a choice, and it doesn't mean we have to wait for something outside of us to happen. We actually choose to feel joy and feel happiness. And yeah, I mean, I always like to say that joy is an inside job.
Exactly. And so, but so many people get it in a sense wrong, right? They're thinking like, oh, if I win a lottery ticket or something, happens, then I can feel joy. So they put it like backwards, right?
Yeah, right.
Instead of deciding, oh my God, this is, this is my natural state of being. And, you just, your energy, you're radiating so much joy and lightness and happiness, right? So just being you.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And, yes.
That's a great point, because I think a lot of people do say that. They'll say, I'll be happy when, or I'll be joyful when this, and this. And it's like you said, it's the other way around. You're happy and joyful now, and then that changes what happens, this, and this.
Exactly. Yes, because then when you choose joy, the things start matching the universe, right? Start matching that energy, that vibration. And so it's, so
like attracts like.
Exactly. Yes. So, and even when we think about some little children, when they wake up in the morning and they're like, ta-da, right? This is another day.
That's right.
And so like sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning, and when we become adults,
Yes.
A lot of time people wake up in the morning and it's like, oh my God, it's another day. I just have to, make it through the day, right?
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
but we can change that.
Yes. And I love what you said about starting it in the morning, waking up first thing, choosing joy, that's setting the whole tone of the day. That's awesome.
Yes. Oh.
So, how about a story about a time with your family when you're on vacation, or a story about it when you're in your business that was a fun time that you really enjoyed?
Well, I am pretty much most of my friends call me Mermaid because I just love ocean. So I am most happiest when I'm in the ocean, sometimes, miles away by myself. And so one of my most favorite things is to swim with wild dolphins and wild whales.
Yes, nice.
So because dolphins, it's their natural state. Their natural state is joy and unconditional love. So, and they're very playful. And but as you're talking about it, try to remember. Well, I really enjoyed. I think it was it 2 years ago, and I was swimming. I was in Tahiti, and I was swimming with humpback whales, and this is one of the places in the world where you legally can swim with whales. You can be in the water with them. And so, and we were swimming with the whales, and there were mom and baby humpback whales, right?
Nice.
So, and there is certain, etiquette you have to maintain not to disturb them, right? So you have to maintain the distance and so forth. And so, and I was just floating in the water, and they were start going away, the mom and baby. And I was just floating in the water. And it's like, oh, okay, bye whales. And then all of a sudden, the baby turns around and starts swimming directly towards me.
Oh.
And it was a baby, but the baby was, size of a school bus, right? So, and I'm going, okay, what I'm going to do? I can't, he's faster than me. So I just stayed horizontally floating, and he gets right on me, lifts me up on his back. And I am just standing still, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't flap me with his fin, right, or his tail, because I will be probably, unconscious. So I'm just staying still, and he just twirling underneath me, and I'm on his back.
Wow.
And I think he probably was shocked too, right, bumping into me. But this was, I would say, this was one of the top experiences in my life, and it was just so magical. So yes, I would say
that is beautiful. Oh wow, what a special time.
Yes, and I know I'm very respectful of the whale, so you maintain the distance, but he came to me, so nothing I could do about it.
No.
And, hey, I just stay still, and whatever happens, it happens. I just trusted universe, and I trusted the whales, because they're so graceful, and they never hurt you. So yeah. Anyway, this is my story.
Oh, I love that. That is so magical. Wow.
It was magical.
That
so
is great. Wow. I really want to swim with the dolphins or the whales.
Okay. I will teach you how to do that.
Please.
And yes, I also take people to swim with dolphins, and once things open up, swim with the whales. So because there's a lot of healing happens when we are with whales and dolphins. You get tremendous healing on so many different levels.
Yes, they are amazing. I mean, all animals to me, I love all animals. I think they're wonderful and amazing. But I've heard so many amazing things about the dolphins and the whales, and to hear your story. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes. We'll go to do that.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. Yes. Have to put it on the to-do list. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
It's definitely a bucket list, and it's not for everyone, right? So but I do think it's something so profound when you look and eyes of the whale.
Yes.
It's like you see eternity. You see
Yes.
just you can't describe it. You have to experience it anyway.
Yes. Yes.
I can go on and on about it. So as you can see.
Profound is a good word. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, my next question to you was about a time in your life that brought you so much pleasure that you wish you could repeat it. And I know that's going to be one of them, but
yes.
Any others you might want to share?
Yes, that's yes, this is one of it. And yeah, I would, and there are so many other stories, being in the water with whales, dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
there's something about the water in general, I think that's
mm-hmm.
amazing. And then you add on that you get to interact with the whales and the dolphins, and that is just over the top.
Yes.
Special,
it's the ocean water is very, very healing on so many different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's
and
I have just so many other experiences. When I travel and I meet different people, learn different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, yes.
Any other stories you want to share about that?
Well, let's see. What would be another stories? Well, also what brings me joy is when I able to share my gifts and I'm able to heal people. Mm-hmm. So, and I was, when was that? It was a few years ago. I was traveling to Cook Islands, mm-hmm. And usually I get guidance when I need to talk to someone. So I just get a message that, okay, even if it's a total stranger, I need to go and talk to them because there is something going on with them and I can help, right? And so I was at a particular resort in mm-hmm. Cook Islands. Mm-hmm. And I just came there, I was there for dinner. And all of a sudden I got a guidance to talk to somebody at the reception. And mm-hmm. It was a young woman. And so I started talking to her and basically, giving her a reading, what I call a reading, right? When I communicate to her as a soul and I communicate what's happening in her life and what steps would help her to take. And she just, was so grateful, and it's really affected her so profoundly. And she said, oh my God, I was ready to quit my job. I was ready to quit my marriage because it seems nothing is working in my life. Mm-hmm. And what you just said, it just changed my life. Nice. So, and she just felt I was her answered prayer, right? And so, but again, it was just so spontaneous. Mm-hmm. So, it just in a moment, but it's transformed somebody's life. And it's my greatest joy when I can help people and be of service. So, that's and awesome. There are so many other stories like that. So, but no, yes.
Great. That's a good one. And it's so profound when we can have that kind of timing as well. You were there at the right moment. She was there. She needed something. You were able to connect and offer something, and it was perfect. I mean, those kind of timing moments are like, oh my God, it's so magical when those happen. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, I love that. So how about a story about a time when you were feeling down and then something happened that lifted you up, whether it was a change of mindset, a thought, an event, but just made you kind of bring you back up?
That's a good one. It's an easy one. So again, it involves the ocean and my, ocean friends. I think was it 2 years ago, a year ago, and I was swimming with the dolphins, again, wild dolphins in the open ocean. And I kind of had the day started, not great, and I was a little down. Mm-hmm. And I was swimming with a dolphin. There was one particular dolphin who came to me. So, and again, you have to be very respectful when you're with the dolphins. You don't harass them, you don't come close to them, you allow them to come to you. And so, and there was a leaf in the water, and I picked up this leaf and I dove down to drop it to the dolphin, right? And so, and then, the dolphin picks up the leaf and he swims away, and they pick it up on the like fin, and they just carry it around.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought the leaf back and dropped it for me so that I could, catch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to catch this leaf, right? So I'm just swimming because, fast as I can to try to get it. And he's watching me from, kind of from the distance.
Uh-huh.
And the second I wanted to grab the leaf, he comes straight to me, snatches the leaf just right in front of me, and swims away. And he looks at me. And I just started laughing so hard. And I think, and it's hard to laugh because I'm in the water with mask and snorkel. And
Right.
I just
Right.
I just burst laughing. And he just looked at me, got his leaf, and swam away.
Oh, fun. They're so playful.
So we're very, very playful. And so he was actually playing with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I got, because when I grew up as a kid, I had to be serious. So I had to be very responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I was always A+ grade student. And so I, sometimes I didn't get to laugh that much in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, when this episode happened, it just truly reminded me again that, okay, it's all about joy.
Yes.
It's all about, laughter and playfulness.
Yes.
And as adults, we forget about it, right?
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So, yes.
And you have had some great teachers with the dolphins and the whales.
Absolutely. We're one of they're my teachers. They're part of my family, sometimes I say.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow. That's so awesome.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. Wow. So how about a time when you erupted into spontaneous laughter, like you just couldn't control it, just came up and out of you?
Well, that's pretty, there's so many other stories, but what I just shared, that's pretty much was. I just started laughing. It was, this was so simple. He just played with me, right?
Yeah.
And just snatched the leaf out right from my nose. And I just could not stop laughing. I was like, oh my God, am I going to drown because I'm trying to laugh, with snorkel in my mouth, with my head under the water? Probably not a good idea. So, yes.
That's great. Oh my gosh. I can just hearing you talk about it, I can see a visual and I can just imagine what that must have been like. So much joy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Oh,
wow. So, okay, what puts you into the flow state when you feel, things are going easy and you're productive and just very smooth and in that zone?
well, let me see. Well, it's truly when we are being ourselves, right? We are being as the souls as we are in a state of flow. When we are sharing our gifts, we're expressing ourselves. When we are giving, we are in the state of flow. And so it's, again, it's our natural state of beingness.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's, when I'm creating something, when I'm communicating with people, when I'm doing my intuitive sessions and healing work, is I am being in the flow because I'm being myself truly. So,
yes.
Did it answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect.
Yes.
So, how has feeling good helped you be more successful?
How is feeling? What did you say?
How has feeling good helped you be more successful?
Well, it's it's everything, right? Having that state of joy, or being in a lot of amusement and laughter. This is when we're in that state, it helps us to create, right? So because truly as a souls, we are creative beings. So we create all the time, but sometimes people are not conscious about what we're actually creating, right? So are they creating it consciously or we're creating it unconsciously? So, and because, when you're in the, like say in boredom, right? Or you're sad, you don't, it's hard to create from that state. So again, I don't know if anybody tried to create when we're totally bored, right? And it's like, okay, let me create something. I'm so bored, I'm out of my mind. But yes, so it's just, I think it's everything. So because then you have all that space for creativity and sharing. Yes.
Yeah, and that's where all our energy is, right? And that's when we feel like we have the most energy and the most vitality, is what you're saying. Like when we're in our natural state, I think that really helps.
Yes, it's because again, our creative energy comes from who we are as a soul, right? So it doesn't really come from the body. Of course, we use the body to put it, out there, right? But the energy, it's we bring it in from us, who the soul is, we are.
Yes, our essence. Yes, exactly. Yep, I love that.
And that's why probably you got your idea to have this amazing, channel and podcast, The Joy Doctor. I mean, how awesome is that, right? So it's, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So do you have any daily habits, any practices or routines that you do to help you connect with your joy?
Well, again, like I was mentioning, every morning when I wake up, before I even get out of bed, I decide that, first of all, I remind myself, I just woke up from a dream. And, when we wake up in the morning and we maybe had this nightmare, and you remind yourself, oh, this was just a dream, right? So who cares? But truly, when we wake up in the morning, we just wake up in another dream. So all of that, what's going on around, it's just another dream. And so I remind myself, okay, I just woke up and it's another dream. How would I like to spend my day? And I decide, okay, ta-da, joy and miracles, creating. I'm so excited. So this is what I do. And then I meditate every day. So, and it's just really helping to bring that memory of who I am into my body. Nature is very important for me. So I have to spend at least, half an hour a day in nature. So this is either it's ocean or forest, mountains. But I feel it's so important to have that, space to connect with nature.
Yes, nature is amazing. I 100% agree.
It's so healing.
Yes.
It's and just I always tell my clients, just even if half an hour you can spend in the forest.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Yep. Nature's energy is so, like you said, so healing to us and so helpful for us to just get in that space of, relaxation and just, like you said, being ourselves and connect with that more easily. Yeah, highly, highly recommend nature. Oh, love it.
Yes, especially what's going on right now. So it's just so healing.
Yes.
So yes. I think, as physicians, we should prescribe it to, and actually I do to my clients.
Yes.
Okay, your prescription is, 1 hour or 30 minutes spending in nature.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Same goes as with meditation.
Yes, agreed. Yes, it's wonderful. It's really amazing how it changes your life. Highly recommend it. Yes, and I think we need to write more of those prescriptions.
Yes, because
Totally
sometimes,
agree.
it's so simple and people don't
Mhm.
think about it, right?
Right,
So,
right. Yep.
but
The simplest things can have the most power sometimes, and I think you're right. We just kind of overlook that, but it's a good thing to remember.
mhm, yes.
So I think we
Oh,
just gave a couple of tips about meditation and nature, but any other tips you have that you'd like to share that would help others find their joy?
well, again, just choosing it, right? So even when, because we are able to shift our thoughts, right? Our thoughts don't rule us, our emotions don't rule us, right? We choose our thoughts, we choose our emotions, and sometimes, um, you know, we choose it unconsciously.
Right.
So, and it's just a simple decision,
Hmm.
even if you're in the midst of something and things not going well,
Hmm.
you can remind yourself, okay, I'm choosing joy instead.
Yes.
And it sometimes it takes practice. So,
Hmm.
and maybe you will get in state of joy for 2 minutes, maybe next, but next time it could be 5 minutes, next time
Yes.
it could be 20 minutes.
Yes.
So but it's just practicing that.
Hmm.
And another part what I see helping people is when you're doing something you truly brings you joy, right? When you're expressing your creativity,
Hmm.
whatever it is for the person, either it's painting or hiking
Hmm.
or playing.
Hmm.
But so having that activities in the daily lives will help to cultivate um, this state.
Yes.
So this would be another tip. Um,
Yes. That's
and
great. No, those are great tips. Really, really important. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
yes,
Well,
what about you? What's your tip?
I think my tip is would build on what you said, and I think it's to start small because it,
Mhm,
it is kind of a habit, and it's just about changing habits. So if we're
mhm,
normally vibrating at one level or one way or one place, it can feel strange to change over to something else. But if you do it in little increments, maybe like you said, 5-10 minutes of finding whatever it is that brings you joy, laughing, it builds on itself. So
mhm,
it gets to be more of the norm and still instead of maybe the abnorm.
mhm,
You're not going through your day and laughing and finding moments of joy. If that feels weird, then when you, like you said, might feel weird at first, but if you kind of, the more you do it and the more
mhm.
it becomes the norm, and then it'll feel weird when you're not doing it and when you're out of sorts.
Yes, yes, because also when we're doing something we enjoy, we expressing our creative energy, we bring in
Yes.
more of who we are as a soul.
Hmm.
And yes, and another part, like giving and receiving, when we give something truly, right, it also brings us joy.
Hmm.
So whatever it is, for when you give it truly from your heart, right,
Yeah.
it's not like expecting, oh, I give you and you should, give me back, right? It's
Right.
not true giving.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, I love that. So where can people find out more about you? Find out what you're doing, or potentially if they'd like to work with you, how can they connect with you?
Well, I'm currently revamping my website on a different platform. So but it's Divine Wellness MD. So, but people can find me on Facebook right now, just by my name. And once my revamped website is on, then this way people can find me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for
And
being
somewhere
here.
in the ocean,
And the ocean, oh
somewhere
my.
mostly Pacific Ocean. So yeah, so if I seem somewhere swimming, like mile outshore. So yeah, actually, it happened when I met people in the ocean, and I end up giving them a reading session
Wow,
in the ocean.
that's
So,
great.
but anyway, it's just yes.
Awesome. I love that.
Oh,
This has been great. So much fun. I have loved talking with you.
same here, and I mean, it's so important to have joy and playfulness in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So because, when we in that state, we are also, it's like ripple effect happens, right? So then it's, another person, the energy starts coming up, even if they were down.
Yes,
So,
yes, exactly, exactly.
And changing the world, one joy at a time.
There you go. That's right. I love that. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been so much
Thank you.
fun.
Thank you for inviting me. It was so much fun. And yes, and I wish you all the best. And
Thank
so
you. Thank
with your
you.
podcast, I think it's just such an amazing purpose you have.
Yeah,
And
I love it. It's really needed in the world, I think. Some more joy.
Yes.
All right. Mwah. Bye.
Bye. Bye.